Right.
Okay,
Subramaniam.
sir, this is Sharma, sir.
Okay.
Sir,
Good morning, sir. This is Sriram Sharma, one of the coordinators for this program. Uh, I welcome a session on the innovation trends and opportunities in industrial engineering. It is being conducted under Institution Innovation Council. So now I request our beloved head of the department, Dr. G. Ravindranath Garu, to give the welcome address, followed by M.V. Subramaniam Garu, who is the coordinator for this program. He is going to invite uh, uh, the speaker with the profile.
Right. Right. Good morning to one and all. The need of the at present time is that to have more information about how do we do innovation from smallest to biggest ranges, and especially in the industrial arena. Uh, because we have got MOU with HIEA, and personally I know what industry trends that are happening are well understood by Mr. Madan Mohan, who is the CEO of that HIEA. After a few discussion with him, I could able to understand that he is the right person to give us the innovation trends that are happening in the industrial engineering arena. So students, please understand the trends, opportunities that are happening in and around you. And I think Mr. Madan Mohan will give detailed and definitely give you a, a thought to you to do implementation on this innovation. So uh, I welcome you, sir, to introduce or give us the what are the trends that are happening in the engineering area. Thank you, sir. Subramaniam, please.
yes, yes, sir. Good morning to one and all. This is M.A. Subramaniam, Assistant Professor at Triple Department, Maths Engineering College. It gives me a great pleasure to introduce today's speaker, Mr. Madan Mohan, CEO, HIE Hyderabad. He has the experience of about 15 years in design and switchgear panels, substations, and solar applications. Global working experience is at Qatar and Japan. Worked with MNCs like TMIEC Japan and L&T Qatar. Training more than 10 years, empowered more than 1,000 students. Welcome, sir, Madan sir, and you can start the session, sir.
Thank you. Thanks for your great introduction. Thank you, HOD sir, Ravindranath sir Garu, and thank you, Mr. M.V. Subramaniam Garu, for your great introduction. And once again, good morning to all delegates who has attended to this session, and good morning to all students who are here. And yeah, I am going to start the session. Yes. So as the today's session is like, I have to speak on innovation trends and opportunities in industrial engineering. I'll try to make you people create and give clarity on electrical sector, industrial sector. So let me start the session with like first, before going to understand about the innovations and trends of industrial engineering, first we have to know like we have to understand the overview of electrical engineering. Overview of electrical engineering in the sense, first we should know like what are the domains we have in electrical, unless until we know like what are the domains we have, and what are the domains you are going to work on after your BTech. So unless until you know that, you cannot understand the innovative trends. Okay. So in that reason, like, do you know like what are the what is the overview of electrical engineering? Like, what are the domains we have in electrical? I just want to make the session as an interactive session with students. So I really feel happy if you really interact. It doesn't matter if you give me the wrong answers. It's okay, fine. Okay, I can understand. But when I ask you some questions, I request you all to respond to my questions. Okay. So what is your prospect like? What are the domains we have in electrical? What is your understanding? Like, my question is like, after completion of your BTech, so in which areas you are going to work? If you understand that, then you can easily understand. For example, you can take substation and all. Any answers for my question? What are the domains you have, you know, in electrical engineering? That is the meaning of overview of electrical engineering. Nothing to worry. Like, it's okay. Like, I'm telling you again, if you are not able to speak, you can unmute yourself and you can speak. Or otherwise, you can just give your answers in chat box. I understand. I got one answer from Mr. Vinay Kumar. Yes, you are right, Mr. Vinay. Like, power systems. Yeah, power system is a big word actually. So entire electrical engineering is a combination of power system only. Yes, I'm happy to see your answer.
Yeah, students participate actively. This 1 hour is a very useful session for you. Don't hesitate. Just
No need.
ask any question, whatever it comes to your mind.
Yes. So no need to hesitate to answer your questions. It doesn't matter like if you give wrong answers, because I can understand your stage. At least reacting or responding to my queries is very important here, so that I feel like you're involved in the session. Okay. So it's okay, fine. Look, I'll just give you like what is the overview or what are the domains we have in electrical engineering. And after that, I'll just tell you like what are the innovative things are happening in electrical. So we have like a various segments of electrical engineering. So this is like the combination of all different segments. So if you look at the different segments of electrical engineering, like we have like a power sector. Power sector is nothing but it's like a power plants. And the next comes like transmission lines. And the next is like a substations. And facility management. You will be having like a product specific companies and industries. Obviously, this product specific companies and industries comes under industries, but we have just segregated product specific companies and normal industries. So if you classify, these are the various sectors we have in electrical engineering domain. So generally what happens now, like we have to understand each and every sector when it comes to power plant sector, when it comes to transmission lines, substations, and facility management and industrials, like what are the innovations are happening in these sectors. So if you really understand this, like generally after completion of BTech, you are going to work one among these sectors. So that is the reason I'm just telling you here. And coming to the power plants, generally power plants in the sense, like what are the different power plants we have in India now? Any answers?
Students respond.
I think your students are feeling hesitating to respond in front of you, sir, maybe. But it's okay because everyone is learner here. Even I will learn something from you from your answers, maybe. Okay. So you have that freedom.
I just call the name once, Ruchita, Ramya. Why all you people are keep mum? Please ask some questions. Vikas Reddy, Kyati Priya. That very general questions sir is asking. You respond. It
Yes.
will be more encouraging to speaker also.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Definitely. So it's okay, fine. I don't make you trouble by asking many questions today. I'll just give my way of thought process. Thank you. Like generally, if you look at power plants, mostly you will have thermal power plants, hydro power plants, and nuclear power plants. And it comes under like a non-conventional sources when it comes to like this power sector is changed from conventional to non-conventional. Like we have renewables like solar, wind, and biogas. So these are the sectors we have when it comes to power plants. So actually this innovation trends is a great word. Okay, so it takes so much of time to explain you, but I'll try to make you understand in a brief way. Okay, so as you know, these are all the power plants into different segments like a thermal, hydro, nuclear, and all. So the thing is, when it comes to renewables, like as of nowadays, everyone knows like this is a trending word. Everyone is using like a solar. Okay, so there are tremendous changes are happening in renewable energy sources like a solar and wind. Generally, what happens like when we talk about solar, you know that, right? Like by 2020 2030, the government of India has given the target of installed capacity is 100 gigawatt. So far we reached only to 40 gigawatts. So remaining 60 gigawatt is going to happen in next coming 10 years. So you can easily understand the potential of renewables coming to solar and wind. So in this scenario, it is being an electrical engineer, we have to understand like what is happening in solar. Like the major component in solar is like a solar cell and module. So earlier, generally nowadays, like almost the modules solar cell efficiency is reached to almost like a 21%. It started from like almost like a 10%, 11% to 21% is a great achievement in solar. And people used to have like monofacial modules. Now people are going with the bifacial modules. So with these kind of technological developments, this solar power plants are becoming very economical in the sense, again coming to the cost, because being an engineer, you have to understand the system in terms of technical and commercial. Then only you can analyze in a proper way. Otherwise, no. So earlier it used to have like almost like a 5 years, 10 years back. If you look at solar, almost like 1 megawatt used to cost around like 8 crores, something like that. Like before 5 years, it reached to 3 to 4 crores. Now almost like we are standing at 3 crores, 2.8 crores, something like that. So you can understand the change. It is all happening due to the cell efficiency. So that is what happening in solar and wind. And now and one more thing is like here, when it comes to innovative trends, in the sense like earlier, nowadays every solar power plant is configuring with automation part in the sense like string level monitoring and inverter level monitoring. Even nowadays we can monitor, and we can monitor like every module how much power is generating. So into that level people are develop the technology. So that is what happening in this solar and you can say like this is also one more innovation nowadays. Whatever the people are going with the rooftops. So this is like you can say this is like a hybrid, like a solar with wind at a time. So these kind of innovations are happening in the power sector mostly. So the next, like when we're talking about after power sector, like this is the next sector is like energy storage system. This energy storage system is upcoming and very booming technology. It is going to become, because with the help of energy storage system, what is happening like uninterrupted, like without any interruption of power supply, it is going to happen with energy storage system. For example, I'll just give you the greatness of energy storage system is nowadays like that Greenco is going to set up 5 gigawatt hybrid power plant. Hybrid power plants, in the sense they are going to collaborate with solar, wind, and hydro. So with the combination of these, like a daytime solar plant is going to generate the power, and this is happening with a uh, like a pump storage system. Like with the help of solar, they are going to pump the water to the dam. Again, after 6 o'clock, they are going to generate the power with the help of hydro. So with that combination, we're calling it as it's like a hybrid power plant configuration. So that is happening with the help of this energy storage system. We have different concepts in energy storage systems. Like we are going to store the energy with a battery. So that is, we call it as a battery storage. Okay, so energy storage and battery storage. This is one of the great concept nowadays people are working on. This is one of the innovation is happening in electrical engineering. It's a very simple concept only, but the idea behind this energy storage system is a great. So being an electrical engineer at the year of third and fourth year, if you started at least trying to understand about this terminology and the concept and the reason behind this concept, then obviously by end of your BTech, you will be you'll come out from the engineering college with a great amount of knowledge that is going to help you to evaluate your technical things further. So I really appreciate your college management and your HOD Garu to conduct to keep this kind of sessions, and it shows their intention to share the knowledge to the students. Thank you very much, sir, for giving me this opportunity. So this is energy storage. See, generally energy storage system will give you always like a clean, reliable and a secure power to the end customer. That is the reason behind going with energy storage system. And the next is like the next domain in electrical engineering is in transmission lines. So transmission lines, obviously, you know what is a transmission line and what for we are using transmission line and all. I'm not going to get into that part, okay, because already you are you people are experts in analyzing all the stuff. So the thing is, like when it comes to transmission, generally from 132 kV it starts voltage level. So 11 kV and 33 kV we call it as a distribution. Obviously, what happens like a 132 kV, 220 kV, 400 kV, and 765 kV. These are the voltage levels we are using in India now, and people are working on 1200 kV also. Instead of going with HVDC, 1200 kV is going to become more reliable and economical. So people are working on that part. So in addition to that, so there are so many issues arise during the transmission line maintenance and all, because if any fault occurs on the transmission line, finding the fault location is very difficult. So nowadays people are implementing some technologies like to find out the fault like direct line ratings, and this is like a flexible alternating current transmission system, like by using we are using polytronic based devices. So by using polytronic devices, it is allowing like flexible and dynamic control of transmission system. Flexible means it's like a grid control. We are just controlling the grid by using polytronic devices. That is we call it as a FACTS. So there are so many different types of innovations are happening in transmission system. So generally what happens here, when you will understand these innovations, first of all, you have to understand the problems in any system. When you understand the problem, then only our mind starts thinking about the solution. Then you people starts understanding or trying to find like innovative thoughts to rectify the problems. So my request to all of you is, first, like instead of going with the innovative trends or what is like what are the latest technologies are happening in electrical engineering, first you have to understand like what are the various domains we have in electrical and what is what do you mean by like what is substation, what exactly is happening in the substation, and what is transmission lines, how people are constructing the transmission lines, what are the problems we are facing in the transmission line maintenance and all. So when your mind starts thinking in that way, then you people will try to find, because nowadays it's very easy to get the answers from the source, because you have If you go through YouTube or Google, you ask any question to Google, you'll get the answer. But the thing is, first you should get the question in your mind. That is a very great part. So if you want to get the question in your mind, your mind should think on that. So winners don't do the different things, obviously. Okay, you have to think in a different way. So in that way, you have to think. Then obviously, your mind starts thinking to know about the innovations in the things like the next coming to the substations. As you know, like every village, every area, you will have substations. But the thing is, like, what do you know about substation? Can anybody answer like what is substation? What is your answer? Like you could have seen the substations, right? What is substation?
Friends, answer the question.
To change the voltage levels and to change frequencies and protection.
Good, Ganesh. I appreciate your answer, but substation is not to change the frequencies. Like where frequency is constant, like we are having 50 hertz frequency. Substation is the place where voltage can step up or step down by providing like a protection, control, and maintenance of substation equipments. Okay, that is a place. Generally, we are using the equipment like a transformers. Transformer is a equipment which can step up or step down the voltage. But that is not only the equipment we are using in the substation. In addition to the transformer, we are using various protective devices like relays, and to control the system, we are using circuit breaker, and to sense the fault current to the relay, then we are connecting relay across CT and PT, current transformer and potential transformer. So the thing is, what happens here, like say relays, if you are going in depth into the concept, like relays started with like electromechanical relays. Nowadays people are using numerical technology with the interface of SCADA. That is the latest trend is happening in protection system. So the same thing is happening, like when you look at substations also, like in a previous days, people like every operation used to have with human intervention, but nowadays every substation is going to make automation with the help of PLC and SCADA. So without any human intervention, you can operate the substation. So that is what happening in substation. That is, we call it as a SCAS, like a substation automation system. So the substation automation system is possible with the help of SCADA. That is the great like innovation is happening in substation domain. And here the thing is like this, you could have seen the substations like this, mostly in and around Hyderabad, isn't it? But the thing is, there are like nowadays, like due to the space constraints and due to the maintenance issues and all, this substation, we call it as a AIS substation, like air insulated switchgear substation. So we have like a AIS and GIS. Okay, GIS is nothing but it's a gas insulated substation. So as you know very well, like when it compares to AIS, when it comes to GIS substations are GIS is a very compact switchgear. So almost like 1/10th part of the space occupied by GIS. It means like if you take 5 acres of land to construct AIS substation, when it comes to GIS, almost it takes like you can finish it off within half acre to 1 acre of space. And the thing is, there are so many advantages with gas insulated substation, like it's almost maintenance free and very secure and very reliable. That is a trend is happening in the substation. So as I told you, like a GIS substation and smart grid. Smart grid in the sense, by using substation automation system, we are going to make operation smart, means without any human intervention, it is going to happen. So here, if you want to understand about the smart grid, you have to you should have the knowledge on industrial automation system like PLC and SCADA. So if you really understand this technology at student level, almost like at 3rd year and final year, obviously by end of your BTech, you will be with you are like a man moving electrical like a charging station. So my request to all of you is you should, instead of thinking like, okay, we learn all this stuff after completion of BTech. So now we have exams, now we have midterm exams. So we have project work. Instead of thinking like these are all your routine jobs you have to do in your academics. So I told you again, like winners don't do the different things. They do things in a different way. So during your engineering stage, whoever is going to acquire knowledge on innovation and latest trends in electrical engineering, and how many, like if you have to go with as many certification courses as possible, and you have to acquire you have to grab the knowledge in terms of industrial engineering, then you are the readily available product to the industry to acquire. You are the first person to get the job. You'll get a chance to get into the industry. So that you have to understand. So anyway, these technologies are available, but the thing is how to grab this technology matters. Like how much time you are spending on this, it matters here. So the next part is after substation, like you have like product specific companies. Product specific companies in the sense, what are the products we use in electrical engineering, like the major products like transformers, breaker manufacturing, relay manufacturing, CTPT manufacturing, switchgear panel manufacturing. So these are all the product specific manufacturing industries in electrical. So product manufacturing industries, and by using this product there are some industries. So what are the industries? These are the product. This is like a product, you can say this is product line. So in the product line nowadays, due to the manpower scarcity and the cost of manpower and all, so people are going to implement the latest technologies like Industry 4.0, and people are utilizing like IoT with IoT based technologies with by implementing the artificial intelligence and all. So the thing is here, the product manufacturing industries, obviously they'll get the manpower to just work on the product. But the thing is, being an engineer, especially, so here you have to get the knowledge on latest upcoming technologies like Industry 4.0, and you have to focus on like IoT based technologies like Internet of Things. So nowadays, see, the thing is, the greatness in India is we adopt the technologies very fast. People are adopting the technologies very fast. So my request is like you should be one among them. When after completion of a BTech, when you are going for an interview, if somebody asks you like, what do you know about Internet of Things, IoT, then if you say like, I don't know anything, sir, because our college people never taught on these things, then simply people will reject it, because it doesn't matter for the industry whether you learn in the college or whether you learn from outside institutions or any. So it doesn't matter for them. Only thing is like whoever the candidate is having the particular knowledge or not is matters for the industry, and that is the things like when it comes to the industries also, because industries we have to operate with a very big machines based on the industry type. Like it could be like a sugar industry or paper industry, or it could be solar cell manufacturing industry, module manufacturing industry. So all these industries are working on the technologies like I told you, latest technology we are using for the industries is like Industry 4.0 and automation with artificial intelligence. So these are the latest things are happening when it comes to the industry part. So wherever, whatever the industry, like the next is like, see, the latest, coming to the latest trend part, like every domain, every area is implementing, trying to acquire the latest trends, because they have to save the time and they have to increase the productivity. But the thing is here, industries are implementing the innovative thought process and trends. But being a student, at least you have to know like what are the technologies are implementing, and at least like see, it's not possible to everyone to acquire all the um, domains, like all the innovative trends. At least you have to take, for example, I told you about like industry 4.0. So when it comes to industry 4.0, I'll think almost like in your college also, your management is training you people on industry 4.0 and IoT based technologies and industrial automation by using artificial intelligence, because nowadays artificial intelligence, it became a part of engineering, like it became almost like this, it is a trend now. So my request to all young engineers, you have to see, it's not like you cannot become experts in a day, because Rome was not built in a day. So everything takes its own time. But the thing is, you have to start focus on understanding the latest trends. Then you will grow very fast in your professional life. So this is what the latest trends. Now coming to the part, like what are the career options we have after your engineering degree? So what is your thought process? Can anybody tell me what is what you want to become after your degree, after your BTech? Generally, what are the options you have after your BTech? Guys, you have no plans? What you want to do after your BTech?
Sir, actually, I have one plan, sir,
What?
to establish a solar power plant. But
To establish a solar power plant is a great idea. May I know your name?
Ganesh,
Ganesh. Okay. Great, Ganesh. Establishing a solar power plant is a great idea, really. But you know what are the difficulties in establishing a solar power plant?
yes, sir.
Good. So at least having that idea is a great, first of all. So obviously nothing is impossible in this world. If you have started your thought process and efforts, definitely you are going to get it. So I wish you all the best, Ganesh. Anybody else? What exactly you wanted to? Um, and one more thing I want to tell you, Ganesh, like if you want to establish a solar power plant or any power plant, first of all, initially you have to work for the solar industry. You have to work and you should
Yes,
grab
sir.
grab the required knowledge for that. Then you will understand the difficulties and possibilities in establishing the solar power plant, because it's a vast domain. Okay, I hope after your BTech you're going to get into solar industry. Okay, I wish you all the best. Yes, what is Kasoju Dikshit? What is your question? What is your plan after your BTech? Dikshit, you raise your hand. It's okay, fine. Thank you. So I'll just put some things in front of you, like what are the options you have. Oh, you cannot unmute. You can text, no problem. Okay. Dikshit. Yeah, okay, time. Instead of wasting time, I'll just move forward here. Like I whatever the things there in your mind, I'm going to put few things in here in this PPT, so that I think let's see like how you will connect to this. So mostly after your BTech.
Sir, students, it is not a regular class. So it is for the benefit of you people. We are arranging this type of very nice session. Please interact. Whatever the question it may be, whatever it comes to your mind, please ask and interact. Okay.
Yes,
Thank
yes.
you, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Yes. So I'll just try to make you understand what are the options you have after your BTech, and what are the possibilities, like what are the pros and cons of each and every selection. Okay. So here, generally after your BTech, I just want to ask you one question here. This is very interesting picture. What did you understand from this picture? What is your understanding by looking at this picture? See, this is you can understand. This is a rope. This is a career rope. You can say. So on this career rope, like somebody is showcasing their experience. Okay, and somebody is someone is like pulling out from the rope, and someone is getting some benefit out of it. Someone is falling down from the rope. So what is your understanding why it is happening, like why someone is getting something and someone is falling down from the rope? See, the thing is, like, I just want to tell you here, life is all about putting your efforts. Unless until you put your efforts and unless until you update your knowledge based on the time, you cannot obviously you will become outdated. So in this career rope, you have to showcase your experience, you have to update your knowledge. So whoever is updating knowledge and whoever is showcasing your experience and knowledge, they will get the fruits from the society. So if you have failed to update your knowledge, obviously you will be out of the career rope. This is very simple. Like generally what happens, like in our 10th class or intermediate or degree, during this time, like our people are telling you, like if you work hard for 1 year, your life will success. And if you work hard for 4 years during your BTech degree, people simply tell you like your life will be settled. But do you think it is correct? No. So you cannot relax in your life. There is no relaxation in your life. It's very simple. So as long as you live on this earth, you have to work hard, you have to work smart, you have to update your knowledge. That is how you grow in your life. So if the day you're ignoring to update your knowledge, definitely you will be out of the row. That is the meaning of this slide. So now I'll just tell you, like what are the domain, like what exactly here, this one survey from Aspiring Minds. So as per Aspiring Minds survey, like here, this guy is trying to make the way towards the job, but he couldn't. Why? He's just thinking how to make the way towards the job, but he's not. It is not happening because so during the student life, people are not having the proper guidance, and due to the lack of industrial exposure, proper guidance in the sense, simply like what after completion of BTech, which is correct, which is wrong. This decision is very important after your BTech. But the thing is, I'll tell you what happens if you're not going in a right path. Okay, and lack of industrial exposure in the sense, as I told you, unless until you update your knowledge on latest industrial practices. In addition to that, you should know, like for example, if you learn PLC and SCADA automation, so you should also have the awareness, like where exactly you are going to get the job in that domain. That is very important. So that is industrial means I am giving various sessions and I'm addressing hundreds, thousands of people. If I ask the question like, what are the companies you know in electrical, I hardly get the answer from 1 or 2 out of 100. So that is, we call it as an industrial exposure. Like during your BTech itself, you should know like what you're learning, and if you learn that, where exactly you are going to get, what exactly you are going to get, and where you will get the job. Or for example, if you have any dream companies like ABB, Siemens, GE, or anything, any domain, it doesn't matter. So you should have that exposure like that to get into that job. So how to make your path, like what are the skill set is required to make your path is required. That is, we call it as a industrial exposure. But most of the students are lagging in terms of getting the industrial exposure, and these are the major 2 reasons. Due to these reasons, you are not able to make your path towards the dream job. So the next is like, I just want to ask you one question. Some people thinks like career and job. So can anybody define what is career and what is job? So I'll answer all your questions after end of the session, guys. You please, if you have any question, you please note down, and we'll have the discussion after the session. Okay. Whatever the questions you have. My question is like, is career and job is same? Because here we have to discuss about like what are the opportunities we have into the industrial engineering. So you want what kind of career you want to make? Okay. So what do you mean by career and what do you mean by job?
guys. So yes.
Are you trying to give any answers for this
Sir,
question? What do you mean by
sir,
career and what do you mean by job?
sir, job is like working on other side, yeah.
Okay.
A career is working on your own idea.
Uh-huh. Any other
Simply,
answer?
sir,
Good.
it's something like career means we are going for ourselves, and if we are doing a job, we are working for entrepreneur whose idea we are we are working.
Huh. Yes, you're right. Yeah, the other thing is like job is nothing but you're just working for your livelihood. Okay. It doesn't matter like whether that particular job is going to make your career or not. You're simply, for example, if you're working for a Swiggy or Zomato, also is a job. That is just, it is not going to give you any career, only it is giving you food, bread and butter for your livelihood. That is a job. So the thing is here, you have to get into the job which can build your career. That is very important. It's like see how much packages you are getting, and that is it doesn't matter in a professional life here. So because being an electrical engineer, for example, if you are working for electrical domain, obviously what happens like if you keep on working for 10 years and 12 years, so over a period of time, once you get some experience, you can start your own organization. So you, from employer you can become from employee you can become employer. So what kind of career you want to make in your experience, it matters there. So here, career is the series of jobs connected. So a job is something you do simply for the livelihood, and career is series of connected employment opportunities. The thing is like what type of career you want to make yourself. So based on that, you have to start your job. Simply, generally, what happens nowadays, as you have like a software domain is in a booming sector now. So simply, what happens like people are getting lakhs of rupees as a package. Simply, you are getting into the job. It's fine. Okay, I'm not denying and I'm not opposing like you should not join in IT industry. But the thing is, you have to think before getting to that industry, like what kind of career you wanted to make, because if you want to make if you want to create your own organization into core sector and you're joining for IT industry, so obviously what happens, there is a lack of clarity. So before getting into any job, first you should understand, you should think in a long-term perspective, like what exactly you wanted to do. Like everybody should have a mission and vision. So you have to think, then if it is really going to make the career to your life, then that kind of job you have to select. So this is what like a job will have a minimal impact on future life, whereas career will provide experience and learning for future. So you should do the job to make your career. That is very important. So career may be anything. I'm not going to tell you like being an electrical engineer, you have to do only electrical job. It's not like that. So it depends upon your interest, your passion. You can make your own career. So what are the career opportunities we have being an electrical engineer, like after your BTech? I think I'm going in the right time. Yes. Okay. Done. See, what are the career opportunities you have being an electrical engineer? The thing is like you have one option is like a further education, and you can also prepare for government jobs. And few people are trying for PSUs, and the next is private jobs. I kept private jobs as a last option because in the same way you will have in your mind, if I'm not wrong. Am I correct or not? After completion of a BTech, most of the people first you'll try for MS or MS, or what are the options you have in further education? Somebody is trying to go for MS, or somebody is trying to go do MTech or MBA. Mostly, very least people are trying for MBA. Am I correct or not? This is a series you have in your mind. So the thing is like when it comes to the further education, after completion of a BTech, generally these are the things comes to your mind, like whether because after in your campus placement you'll get, if you get the placement, then there is no doubt like you definitely you're going to get into the job. So how many of you are interested in doing MTech in this session? Can you please just say yes? Whoever is, how many of you are interested, willing to go for MTech? MTech or MS, MBA? Any plans like that? Or directly job? See, actually, I'll just tell you. Again, Ganesh raised the hand, but he's not able to speak, I think. Going good. Ganesh is, Dixit is planning for MS. Good.
No, sir, MTech in Canada.
MTech in Canada. So why only you preferred to go Canada?
Uh,
Any specific reason?
opportunities are more, and population is less, and second largest country.
Great. Good analysis, Ganesh. Okay. Done. Okay. So I'll just give you a clarity, like if you go for MTech, what happens? If you go for MS, what happens? If you go for MBA, simply the thing is, my option is after completion of a BTech, I'll give the first preference to job. Instead of honestly wasting your time in doing, I'm not supporting MTech because see, after completion of MTech also you have to do the job, and after completion of, if you again after completion of MTech, if you are searching for, you have to searching for the job, because in this present scenario, what happens, like higher qualification is going to be the disqualification in this to the industry. So with a BTech degree, if you go for interview, then people will allow you for the interview at least. But if with the MTech degree, if you go for interview, then people simply tell you like, sir, you are overqualified to my job. That is a problem. So you think yourself, I'm not against any degree or anything, but that is the real scenario is happening with the MTech. If you wanted to do MTech really, please go for IITs or NITs, which will give you some good stuff. Okay, coming to MS, obviously that is your choice. If you are cash rich people, and if you are okay, then I always prefer to go for MS and MBA. So don't MBA. I'm not suggesting you like after BTech, don't do full-time MBA. There are so many topmost universities are offering like a part-time MBAs. That will be the best choice if you want to get into the MBA. That is what like in terms of further education. Okay, and my request to all of you is don't waste your valuable time after your 4-2 exams in preparation of GATE, because again it's you're killing, like you're wasting your valuable time for MTech and GATE preparation. I'll tell you why I'm telling like that. And the next is like obviously what happens, like after completion of GATE preparation, if you're not getting the MSET like a GATE rank, then obviously what do you guys do? You'll sit for government jobs only. So my sincere advice to all of you is government job, trying for government job for 1 year is a good idea. Okay, if you are sitting for government job more than 1 year, then it's literally you are killing your golden time in your life. So if you are trying for government job for 3 years, 4 years, something like that. So after 4 years, if you failed in getting the government job, then obviously if you go for any interview, people will not offer you the job because you have 3 to 4 years gap in your life. So that is people industry thinks that like you have no proper plan in your life. So please don't waste your time for government jobs more than a year time. Okay, as per the analysis, as per the survey, whoever is working into the private industries are ahead in the race when it compares to government job, because you have one option in the private industries. If you have a great experience into private, then you can become employer instead of being an employee. If you are getting into the government job, throughout your life you should be like a employee. I hope you understand, because you're very smart, you can understand my words. And the next is like, obviously what happens, like you are preparing for the gate and getting the gate ranks to get the PSU jobs. So what are the PSUs you have? Like almost like all the PSUs are going to make privatized nowadays. So there is no point in trying for PSUs. That is also one more, and you have to wait. You have to wait till the notification comes and all. So it's all again time killing process. So my option is, when you are thinking, obviously you after completion of your 4-1 exams, this thought process starts, like whether to go for government jobs or private jobs. So, and one more thing, like you have, there is a great competition in the private public sector industries. So if you really acquire great knowledge during your engineering, and getting into private job is very easy, and you can make your life wonderful. That is the word I want to tell you with respect to the private job. So taking the decision wisely is very important. And one more thing is like being in as per the Bureau of Labor Statistics. So if you are making your career in electrical domain, there is a tremendous growth in electrical, like almost like a great, this job market is growing 7% per year, which is not less than any other industry, as you are thinking software industry. So due to the time constraints, I'm not going to explain you in a very clearly like about like a comparison to the software and electrical. This is not the time to explain you that. But if you are making your career in electrical engineering, that will definitely is going to give you a great life after 2 to 3 years of your experience. So that much I can tell you at this point. Okay, so your life will be very happy being in a private industry, being an electrical engineer, and it gives you so much of confidence, and it gives you so much of satisfaction, because job is only the matter of satisfaction. So even though you are getting lakhs of rupees as a package, but if you are not satisfied with your job, there is no point in working. So it's all individual choice. Okay. So here, like a private industries, you can happily see these faces, like how confidently they are working into the private sector. Because the thing is, when it comes to private and government, because what happens, like you take any government sectors, like if you take AP Genco or AP Transco or BHEL or any government industry, so they don't do any work. All the government organizations are going to um, give the jobs to the private industries. For example, if you want to build any substation, no AP Genco Transco is building the substation. That will be given to the private EPC contractors. So they will work on it, and they will do all the engineering and construction, everything. Only government these government officials will come for the inspection, and they will just they will take care, like they will just inspect like whether everything is as per the standards or not. That is the only job they will do. So you can imagine, like so every job in the society, in the market, shall be done by the private institutions. So if you are being as a private employee, you will get a great knowledge. Obviously you will get great money. There is money, obviously, that is a byproduct of knowledge, simple. So now I just want to like, as I'm discussing about the private jobs, I just want to tell you like, if you want to get into the private job, like you should have some skill set. It's not so easy to just, if you are going for interview, people will not consider you for the job. So what industry is expecting from you? Like what skill set is required to the industry? Can anybody tell me? What is the industrial expectation from the engineer? If you want to get into the private industry, so the thing is like the first and foremost thing. What is the first and foremost thing? You should have a great attitude. That is very important. Your attitude matters to the industry. So what do you mean by attitude? So you should have some key skills, like you should have attitude, and you should develop application knowledge, not academic knowledge. You have to develop application knowledge, and you should have a great passion towards your job, and you have to acquire good communication skills, and you should make adaptable to the new environment. So you have to acquire these 5 key skills to get into any industry. If you have this kind of skill set, then industry, you are the hot cake in the market to get into the industry. Okay. So now let's understand one by one, like what do you mean by attitude? What is attitude? What kind of attitude is required to the industry? So people say that like attitude in a sense, it's very simple. Like first of all, you should your attitude, matlab your mindset matters. Means if you want to get into the job, first of all, you should have that mindset. Like yes, I have to start my career. I have to prove myself. Okay. So when everyone is working and everyone is successful in life, then why not I? Look. So that kind of challenging attitude is required to get into the industry. Like, see how many times you're falling down doesn't matter. Like every time when you're falling down with a double energy, you have to bounce back. So that is we call it as a challenging attitude. So that kind of attitude is required to the industry. So your willingness to work is very important to the industry, because see nowadays you'll get the job. Being an electrical engineer, when you have a certificate, obviously you'll get the job. But getting job is not the matter. Like how best you are giving yourself to the industry matters in terms of attitude. So there is a book called Attitude is Everything. So I request all of you to please go through this book, so that definitely your attitude, matlab, your perception towards the job will change. Okay. The next is like application knowledge. So can anybody defines like what do you mean by application knowledge? What do you mean by application knowledge? Do you think you have application knowledge? See, application knowledge is different and academic knowledge is different. So for example, if I ask you the question like, what is voltage? What is your answer? What is voltage? Guys, I'm asking you a very simple question. You should not take this much of time to think and give the answer. Okay.
Difference between two potential. Or
Yes, this is the way of academic way of answering the question. So, but when you're going for interview, when somebody is asking you the question, you have to grab the knowledge in terms of industrial expectation. Means if you are saying like the potential difference between 2 points, that will not give you a great impression.
or the force to move electrons.
Yes, that is the answer you have to give when it comes to the interviews. Like a voltage is a force. Voltage is a force to move the charge from one point to other point. That is voltage. Okay. So when it comes to the generally people will ask me these simple questions like what is current, and uh, unit for current is ampere. Like if somebody asks you like what is 1 ampere, what is 1 ampere? Any answer? How can you define 1 ampere? Yeah, okay, it's okay, fine. See, being an electrical engineer, first thing is like you have to acquire the knowledge in terms of industrial application, what industry is expecting and what kind of knowledge is required to the industry. Then what you are learning, it matters to the industry. Okay, so 1 ampere is very simple, like a 1 coulomb of charge flows in a second is 1 ampere. Okay, if being an electrical engineer, if you really get a clarity on current, voltage and power, if you really get clarity on these three terms, then 40% of your engineering is done. So most of the people are lagging in getting the clarity on these three terms, like a current, voltage and power. Okay guys, because see, and one more thing, like I'm just trying to make you understand what do you mean by application knowledge. So for example, when you go for interview, people will ask you the questions like this. Like for example, this is a transformer. This is a transformer and transformer rating is 11 by over 15 volts. And this is like a 1 MVA is a transformer. 1 MVA is the capacity and 11 by 415 volts is the voltage. Simply people will ask you the question like what is the full load current at 415 volts side? This is the question people will ask you. So to answer this question, first of all, you should know for 1 MVA is a power, what type of power it is. 1 MVA is like an apparent power. So apparent power is represented with S. The formula for apparent power three phase is like a √3 VL IL. Then if you want to find out IL, then IL is equals to S by √3 VL. So this kind of application, see, everyone knows about the formulas. Like if somebody asks you the question, what is the formula for power? Mostly people will tell you like P is equals to VI or VI cos pi. But the thing is, and someone will tell like √3 VL cos pi. But when somebody asks you the question, what is the formula for power? You should know what type of power it is, whether it is active power, apparent power, or reactive power. Okay. So when somebody asks you this question, first of all, you should know 1 MVA is which power and which formula shall be used for this. Then only you can give the answer to this question. So that kind of, see, in your academics, you are learning everything. Okay. We cannot blame academics here. But the thing is, when you are learning something in your academics, you should know like where exactly we are going to use this knowledge into industry. If you really connect your academic skills in terms of application knowledge, then you are going to become a great electrical engineer. So that kind of application knowledge is required to the industry. So this is what like next is like a passion. You should have the great passion to be in electrical. It's not so easy to survive or sustain in electrical because most of the times you have to work for sites. You know, like all electrical projects will be in the remote locations, like all substations and power plants, everything. So unless until you have the great passion, you cannot sustain in core engineering. Like see, in electrical engineering, you should not do hard work. Okay, you have to do hard work. You have to work with your heart. Then only so you have to make your passion in electrical. Like you should charge yourself to be in the sites. And when you look at transformer or when you look at relay, like you should feel like, what's the greatness of engineering? Unless until you feel like that, you cannot be in electrical domain. Simply, I can just tell you like, do what you love and love what you do. If you're not having the great passion, you cannot be in electrical, and you should acquire great communication skills. Obviously your college is giving you great conducting CRT programs to make you people great in communication. I know that. So when you go for any interview, people will ask you the first question like, can you tell me about yourself? So if you really can describe about yourself in 2 minutes, then like first impression is the best impression. So that is how you have to improve the communication. It's not like you no need to speak like a foreign accent. Only the basic communication, like when your opposite person is speaking English, so at least you should be in a position to communicate in English. That's it. And the fifth point is adaptability. Adaptability in the sense like when you are in Rome, we should be like a Roman. It's a very simple concept. Like when you are getting into the any industry, obviously people are working on different technologies, different softwares, different domains. So you should make your mindset in such a way you have to adopt those technologies, and you should adjust to the situations. Then your mindset will allow you to work on that. That is what adaptability. The best example for adaptability is the chameleon. So I know this chameleon. I know all of you this. You know this, right? The specialty of chameleon, based on the situation, chameleon will change the colors. Of course, you have to think in a positive way here. So these are the 5 key skills required to the industry to make your career great in the real-time engineering. So I just want to introduce HIW here. Like what exactly? Like I said, innovation trends and what are the career options you have after your BTech and all. And you have, I told you people like you have to acquire knowledge and everything. Like how HIW is helping you out to acquire the knowledge in terms of industrial engineering. So here we are starting a training, starting from like we are guiding people starting from career path in the sense like after your BTech, after completion of 4-1, how you have to plan your career. Because I have seen many people in this 11 years of experience, like many people are wasting their valuable times in preparation of GATE or going for MTech and preparation of government jobs and all. After completion of 4 years and 5 years of this time waste, then again, then straight away people come to our institute and simply they'll come and ask like, sir, we need a job. But people are not understanding, unfortunately, like after wasting your time 4 or 5 years, getting into private job, private sector is very difficult. So to avoid that, we are trying to create awareness to the young fellows, like what you have to do after your BTech. So that is comes under career path, and we are going to give job-oriented training for 3 months. And in this during the job-oriented training, we are taking people to different industries to create the awareness in a practical way. And also we are conducting soft skills training in every Saturday and personality development courses and all. So once we feel like a student is technically and communication wise is good, then we will send you people for the placement, for the interviews. That is how you people are getting the placements. And also not only placement part, we are also supporting our students in post placements. Means after getting job, after completion of 2 years or 3 years, if you are willing to change your job also, our team will help you out to swap from present company to the next company. So these kind of services we are doing in this with our HIEE. And the importance of training is very simple. Like as I'm telling you, see, after completion, like whatever you're going to learn after 3 years or 4 years in your job, if you're learning before going to finish the engineering, then obviously what happens? Your growth rate will be very fast. So that is the advantage or importance of our training. So what exactly we are training here is like all we are adopting all latest industrial practices and the latest industrial trends. So we are not going in a conventional manner. We are in this training, like we are starting from basics. As I ask you the question, like what is current and voltage and all, starting from basics, and we'll explain you all electrical equipments, how to select and sizing and all. After completion of electrical equipments, then we are going to train you on substation design, because substation is the cluster of all electrical components. Because substation design, solar design, these are all the system designs. Unless until you understand about all electrical equipments, you cannot design any system. So, and in the solar also, again, we like normal, like we are going to train you on substation automation system by using PLC and SCADA. And also we are training on solar PV plant design. It's like a rooftop and ground mount applications with the latest trends. Okay, and switchgear panel design. As everyone is nowadays working on industrial automation with IoT and Industry 4.0. So that also we have included in our 3 months training. And nowadays everyone is running behind electric vehicles. So by keeping that in mind, we have also included one module on electric vehicle technology. So definitely our 3 months training will help you out to get expertise in on electric vehicle technologies. So, so when a person is obviously when a person is getting trained and getting knowledge on all these domains, obviously getting into the industry is cakewalk for you people. These are the few companies we are placing you people across the industry. These are the very few companies like Mitra, Samsung Engineering, and HCE, and Clear Energy. And so we are also every day our team is working on placement part. Every day 10 to 15 new companies we identify and we make the relationship with the companies. That is how we are successful into training and placement part. Okay, this is our placement record. I'm very proud to say 90% is our success rate in terms of placements. So then you can ask me what about the 10%? Whoever is following our guidance and learning the things in a proper way, those people will get the placements. So if you're not following our guidance and if you're not doing your job in a proper way, then obviously they will not get the placements. Because I told you, like if you want to get into the industry, you have to crack the interview. That is very important. So if you want to crack the interview, you have to get the great knowledge. So these are the few placements of our previous batch students. And coming to the package wise, like generally being an electrical engineer in the core sector, initial packages are less. You will get the packages of like a 15 to 20K is a nominal salary you will get as a fresher. But once you get 2 to 3 years experience, definitely I can challenge you people are going to get great amount when compared to the software. Like sometimes you will get more than that. But in addition with the packages, you should also look for the job satisfaction. That is very important because being a fresher, if you get into the software industry, like by looking at the software parks and the infrastructure, you feel happy. But when you are getting into the project, then you people will have the real scenario. Okay. So these are the CTCs we our previous students got from the different companies like Burns and McDonald's and Toshiba, Samsung Engineering, Greenco. So we have placed our students into various prestigious institutions, and our people are rocking well into their job domains. Almost 20 to 25 students got placed for Toshiba with a annual package of like a 3.6 lakhs per annum. And also I told you we will take our people to the industrial visits in between. These are the peaks of 5 megawatt solar plant industrial. We'll take people to the industry and we'll explain each and every part in a very clear way. So these are the guest lectures conducting from the various industrial experts on Saturdays. Every Saturday we conduct guest lecture, our soft skills training, our personality development training and all. So this is what we are making to empower you people in terms of industrial engineering. So these are the reviews we received from the various students. These are the industrial visit peaks. We have taken our people to the various industries. Yes, and thank you so much. I hope I made the session knowledgeable, and I hope you learned something out of this session. So guys, if you have any questions, you can ask me.
Yes, any questions from the students? You can feel free to ask the questions.
And I request to all of you, you people, please give your valuable feedback. I got one question from Deekshit, wanted to do MS in Germany and keeping a startup after a few years of earning money. Yes, your idea is good. That's what I'm telling you. It's a good idea, but before getting to Germany, in India, you have to undergo some trainings, because I have many students in Germany who is working and who is doing their MS. So before going to Germany, because if you learn different softwares we is using in electrical like AutoCAD, ETAP, and E3, Dialux. If you are practicing these softwares along with detail engineering, definitely your Germany plan will work out, and definitely you can do whatever you want. So I wish you all the best, Deekshit. Okay. Any more questions, guys? In terms of career opportunities, industrial engineering, whatever it is. It doesn't matter whatever the question you have. I'll try
Good
to
morning, sir.
answer your questions. Okay.
Good morning, sir.
Hi. Good morning.
Sir, is it necessary to do job after a BTech completion? Why can't we go for a business related to electrical department?
Yes. See, if you want to do business, you need some experience. You need some knowledge.
Yes.
So to gain the knowledge and to gain some experience, because if you're directly getting into the business, you have to know like what are the pros and cons, and how you have to make your business successful. For that, you need some experience, right?
Sir, I would like to erect an transformer repair automation shop, sir, where for the modernization of the cities and towns in India, it will be modernized. But
Yeah,
at the end
see,
of the day, we will use the transformers from the end of the century.
yes, it's a great idea. Okay, but the thing is, if you want to implement your idea, first of all, you should know like how the transformer is manufacturing, right?
Yeah, yes,
So
yes,
that
sir.
kind of experience you have to get. So you have to work for the transformer manufacturing industry first. So you have to work 3 to 4 years. It takes 3 to 4 years time to get expertise on manufacturing industry. Then while you are working, you can implement your idea like how to make the transformer in your way. Then you can set up your own plan.
Why can't we go for only transformer? We can have some materials or installation equipment to the industries.
Sorry, I didn't get your point.
Uh,
Why-
for the industrial, we are supplying the electrical equipment such as cables, lighting arresters, poles, and etc.
Yes.
I would like to go with that field, sir. I would
You
maintain a
can
business.
go. That's what I'm telling you. If, for example, if you're going with lightning arresters.
Yeah.
So if you want to go with the lighting arrestor manufacturing industry, first of all, you should know about that product, right?
Yes, sir.
So if see, the thing is like you can do anything, but it takes its own time. First, you gain some experience. Then you'll get some confidence. Like okay, and you not only see, to set up a business, you need knowledge, and you should have a network, social network, because doing job is very easy, but getting job is very difficult.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So if you want to get the business, first you should have a proper network. Okay. Then you should
Yes,
have
sir.
a proper knowledge. You should have a proper team. Then you can set up your own things. It takes its own time. First, you should get the knowledge. You should get the experience. After, once you feel like, okay, I can do with my own resources, then you can start your business.
But according to my knowledge, that in 2001 or 2, for erection of a pole, it needs minimum of 100 people, some transmission line. But nowadays, that moderation makes that people work less. Here, in the place of people, we are gaining to some of equipments. So day by day, there is a decrease of employees.
Yes, because of manpower scarcity and all, people are using modern
Yes, ma'am.
techniques to erect the pole and whatever it is. Not only pole erection and structural erection. So
Yes.
everywhere people are using latest trends. That's what we discussed so far, like industrial 4.0 and all. These are the latest innovations are happening into the industry.
So by
if you
this,
want,
there will be a lot of people competition with the jobs now, sir.
yes, of course, there is everywhere there is a competition. If you set up your own business, also there are so many competitors in the market. Understand? So you
Yeah.
have to understand like how to overcome that competitors and how to get business out of them. Then you will win your game. Okay. For that you need experience.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Any more questions?
Good afternoon, sir.
Hi. Good afternoon.
Sir, I want to establish a startup, but I know that there must be a proper foundation for starting a startup. So I
What
want
kind-
to do a MBA
Uh-huh.
for making my foundation better. So you said that it would be better to take a part-time MBA than full-time MBA. Can I know the reason?
Sorry, you wanted to go for a startup, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, for startup, there is no point in going for MBA. Okay.
That means
Huh.
making all the business administration.
Huh. See,
How does a company works? We need to
for
know
that
that.
you don't need to have a degree actually. See, like Elon Musk, right?
Yes, sir.
He does not have any degree. See, for that, first you should have a clarity like on what domain you're going to work. To set up that, what kind of resources is required and what kind of setup is required. If you have that kind of common sense and knowledge, then you can do your own things. It doesn't matter. Degree will not give you all the stuff. Degrees doesn't matter. Okay, in my view, like you have to gain the experience. Your experience matters and your common sense matters. Okay, what kind of social network you have to set up your startup and all. So if you want to set up your startup after your degree, like from BTech second year itself, you should start working on the particular thing, whatever the startup you are going to work out. So you're in which year now? Third year or final year?
Third year, sir.
So you can start working on your startup so that by end of final year, at least you will come up with some setup. That is a great start. Okay. First, you
Thank you.
should have a clarity like what kind of startup you wanted to go.
I want to do a automobile startup. There are many companies which are providing proprietary battery modules
Okay.
for new startups.
Okay.
So we have to assemble the chassis and we have to make the production here.
Yes. So for that, what you have to do, from today onwards, you should go to various industries, whoever is already working on it, and you should observe like what are the procedures they are following. Okay. Then you will get some idea on that first. So with that knowledge, that is how you have to gain the knowledge. Then you will understand the um, like a pros and cons in that. So that will help. That experience will help you out to take your startup in a better way. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Yes, guys. Any more questions? So if you have any more questions, you can mention your questions in the feedback form. So we will definitely get back to you with the answers. Okay. And again, thank you so much for this wonderful opportunity. Thanks to your college management, HOD Garu and the principal sir and all the staff members and all the students, especially thanks.
Mohan garu,
Yeah.
before going to conclude this session, I want to just highlight the presentation
Yes.
points.
Yes.
Thank you, sir, for spending your valuable time to enlighten our students, whatever they need in the right time to know about all these things, especially what are the innovations, what are the industrial opportunities they have in the electrical engineering. It is very much needed. And you started your presentation with a good start, that is career opportunities in electrical engineering, innovations in power sector, in the power sector, starting from generation, transmission, substation, various levels, what are the various opportunities they have, and the product specific companies like IoT based industries, what is their importance, and latest technologies, industries 4.0 and automation with AI, and the importance of industry exposure, and how cleared the thin line between job and career, and how motivated the students to excel in the career. What are the main points they have to consider to excel in this career? Definitely, this has justified the title, the industrial engineering point of view. I hope that our students, they got some idea, and even though some points are very well known to them, but it is the right time to spark, to trigger their ideas and go ahead with this. So thank you very much, sir, for giving this nice session. And we will be in contact with you. Anyway, we have MOU with you people. Definitely, we will utilize that thing for the benefit of our students. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for your giving me this opportunity. Okay, we HIW signing off. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Sir, can we stop the recording? Madam?